So please turn on your camera. Thank you so much. I hope the spotting of the history question has somehow helped you. Hopefully, Gavin. Okay, Timus, come, your turn. I think where we stop, Timus.
Finish already,
Boss? Huh?
Finish this one.
Finish this one, eh?
Yeah, you go through last week already.
Sorry, uncle maybe got dementia. So all done with you,
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Good. Mission accomplished. So let's talk about this one. Have we complete this one? We complete the first question, right?
The first two. You do the first two in class.
First two are now study source D. How far does source D prove that not enough is done to help Singapore living in poverty? Just recap. So this is the one. Okay, please, if you can, type in your answer. Are you able to turn on the camera, Timus? Thank you. How? Cannot. All right. By the way, when you see this kind of article in your exam or in futures, this is a one case scenario. Saying that this Nohaida is a 29 years old, unemployed single mom with 6 children. Okay, from 5 to 13 years old. 6 children, my goodness. 29 years old, already got 6 children. She lived in a tiny flat, just 30 square meters, with little furnishing, obviously. Come on, so small. What you think? What you want? Economies chairs, Oshim's massage chair. I'm not being sarcastic. Let's be practical. The children share the single bedroom. Oh my goodness. The only bedding is mattress and thick blankets. Nohaida received weekly grocery from charity as well as about 600 months in government aids and money from a boyfriend. Look carefully, from a boyfriend. But she admits that it is difficult. She has not been able to afford asthma medicine for a second daughter for months. No one can afford to get sick in this house because our finances are too tight. It's quite tough and a struggle for me to be raising them out, she said. What is surprising about Nohaida's story is that she lives in Singapore, one of the wealthiest countries in the world, but it is also one of the costliest. Please, what is your comment? Back to the two of you. When you read this kind of article, when you see this kind of news, what is your first impressions? I know we are not racist or anything. It can be either for a Chinese couple, for Indian, for other race. As for me, this month, my English lesson was religion and race. So yes, Gavin?
Okay, so my impressions are the poor people might have lower education, maybe.
No, be honest and tell the truth. I know this is recording. Be honest and tell the truth, okay? Right. But of course, when you write in your MOE exam O level, be more discreet, more tactful, more careful, and more alert. But let's share the true cause of this. I find that this example is a bit way out. Okay, and some more is bloody hell is taken from BBC News. Okay, this guy must be one to mock at our government. Okay. I mean, there are so many examples. You purposely choose this one. Obviously, nothing wrong. Not against the Malay, the Malays people. Okay, I'm back to you again.
Then that means that this kind of extreme, they are very desperate. They are barely living off of their money. Like Nohaida might need might need to have more kids to compensate for the like she has a boyfriend, kids? Right? She has a boyfriend. She might have kids with that boyfriend so that he might give her money.
Okay, carry on.
Then also then also she can't she's also barely living off her finances. Even with all this charity helping and government aid. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, sir. That's all. Okay, thanks. How about you, Timus? What is your gut feel for this situation? What is your first impression that comes to this? And some more is from BBC News, and of course, it's a true story. Yeah, we do have these kind of cases like that. Back to you.
Like what I will write, like in
No, the
exam.
moment Timus, 你读了这个文章，这个 case study, what is your immediate first action?
Probably the government never provide enough support. Maybe because even though the government provided this $600, but she's still like barely making ends meet.
That's all.
Yeah.
好啊，到我的 turn 了，我 OK 多麦啊。我觉得哦，你相信吗，两位大哥？我觉得这个女孩子不会想嘞，真的不会想嘞，很Can I use this Chinese word? I'm not. 你懂什么是自甘堕落吗？You know what is that 了？不懂啊？哎 ，Come on, bro. 29 years old, no. 6 children. That means you have married a few times already, leh. What the hell are you doing, man? And you unemployed? You mean you handicapped, ah? You got illness or disease, ah? What mean by unemployed? Come on, don't give me that kind of craps, leh. The first thing I come, I won't want to help you also, ah. Correct now. I want to help those people who want to help themselves. Leh. What mean you got unemployed these cases like that? Then I agree with that situations. But if this is a case like, 29 years old, seriously, I'd rather help those people who help themselves. Unemployed. Why unemployed in the first place? Seriously. And then you got already 6 children and you want to have a boyfriend. What does it mean? Seriously, Timus, if you're the MP, and Gavin, you're the MP walking with this kind of situation, what is the first thing you help them? Giving them money is not an issue. You see, as long as the kids are born Singaporeans, they are right down, they are entitled to all medical care. Okay. Seriously, as long as the children are born as born as Singaporean, we will take care of them. And remember, all the children below 16 years old, that is including yourself, they must have a 10 years compulsory educations. And the first thing is the children did not go to school already. It's already a considered offense. And you never say the whole pictures. It's bullshit. I'm not against the Malay. Let me repeat. But why he bring the word Malay here? It's going to show racism. True or not? He don't put the name Norhaida. He can put a single mom taking care of 6 children. 对吗 Dimas? Well, 为什么他要放 Norhaida? So are you telling the people in Singapore, oh, you see the Malay like that, never take care, bloody hell? True or not? That is not fair. Sorry, I know maybe your school teachers cannot say this type of thing in school, whatever, but this is not in school. This is really in the real situations on the ground level. Okay, if you want to bring the true essence of social study, this is a true level. Okay, every time we do duty, say, oh, this one must be Malay, must be the Indian. Drinking, Dimas, when you come to drinking, now far is in already. Now far, are you there?
Yeah.
Now far, you see, look at this one and read this source here. How will you find this source? A quick read. Mian Mian and Nafa, would you mind just silent reading and read through? So I find that this source, this is a bit biased. He's saying that about this Haida, 29 years old, single mom, 6 children, and then boyfriend. A bit ridiculous. I find that this is like a typicality of one case study to mock the governments, and someone is from British BBC News. I feel that, by putting this name straight away, this is a Malay girl, right? Malay lady, 29 years old and unemployed. What the hell with 6 children, some more, and a boyfriend? Something must be wrong with this girl already. It's nothing to do with education, sir. Sorry, if I were to use the word S-L-U-T, slut, maybe on her it might be too much. But I feel that, I mean, it's like, seriously, Nafa and Mian, I mean, how do you think about this situation? I feel that when I read it, it's like, oh, come on. Somebody have to counsel her.
Yeah.
Agree?
Yeah.
Somebody has to counsel. Now you got 6 children, you want to have boyfriend, then what? After boyfriend, you have sex, you have a children, and then the boyfriend run away, you got 7 children again. And I'm sorry, I'm not against her, but I've seen cases like that. I find it's very freaking ridiculous that. And then you're saying the children got no money to buy medicines and all these things. Then Singapore, as long as you're Singaporean kids, we will definitely do our best to take care. Okay, how can you say not have enough affordability of asthma medicine? You see, our government don't say because you're Malay, I give you lesser. You're Indian, I don't even give you. In Chinese, I give you more. There's something wrong with this stupid government. True now, Nafa, right? Can you turn on your camera? I don't want to see the swimming pool. Thank you. So I feel that this is quite biased. This is one right now, typicality. I'm so sorry, if you're having this in your exam, and you see this, don't write according to what I say, you get yourself into trouble. This is very ridiculous. But the truth is the truth. The truth is the truth. Shut up, purposely show me your Rolls Royce every time like that one. Next time I must get one better one. Okay, so Nafa, you see, I'm so sorry. You realize that I always like to bring this example. If that's why it's a fighting, drinking must be the Indian. They like to drink. Why cannot be a Chinese man? Then the take drugs must be the Malay. And then the loan shark must be a Chinese. I always like to use this example. Okay, they are become stereotyping and typicality. True, maybe 50% is very true. Because the Malay don't drink. Sometimes they also drink. They can break away because it's Muslim, right? You cannot drink. But this is Singapore. You have the choice. As long as you drink, you don't break the law, I don't care. But they see the people like to do it, want to stir up unnecessary trouble in Singapore. Agree or not, Nafa? Agree? Okay, Gavin and Timus, agree or not? Right? Why must they do that? So this one, when you see this kind of article in your exam, please take a 3-time thinking. Why? I mean, based on your CK, your general knowledge, and your contextual knowledge. I mean, based on yourself, Nafa, Timus, and Gavin and Mian, you've been staying in Singapore quite a while. I know, sure enough, they will have some racist remarks. Today, I went to do my business. I'm selling some dry food. I met out with one Indian lady. Hey, Nafa, Indian lady, Indian Muslims are on. So we are talking, oh, you're teachers. Then we will talk about, this thing. You know the word apunene? And the Anne said, yeah, oh, seriously, yeah, my gen. So she looks very old, seriously, 60 plus. Then I tell them, now the younger generation, they don't have this kind of words. Oh, that is very good. Well done. They should not have been stereotyping. You see, she speaks very well. And she can speak Mandarin, no? Very well, no, seriously. And Indian Muslim. And just beside me. No, if I want to racist, I say, hello, excuse me, can the Indian Muslim move away? Got busuk, smelly, go away. No. We help each other. Then when she go to the restroom, I help, things like that. We share a lot of things. This is Singapore. Seriously. I want to bring this in because, please, when you read this kind of message, you are get into the kind of unnecessary involvement for these type of things when, you can avoid. So let's look at the answer for D. This is not the first time I deal with this question with D. I get sick and tired. Every time I say, yeah, the government is not, hello, if the government is not do well, do you think we have peace and prosperity? True not, Nafa? Right? You think now you can sit in your beautiful Rolls Royce and travel? Think about it, man. Correct or not? Seriously. I'm not sure about you, Nafa. Maybe in India, there's still a lot of discrimination here and there, especially the caste system. That one, I got student ask, can you get rid of? No. Very hard. If you want to get rid of caste system, I tell you, India will have a major war. There are a lot of slaughtering, bloody. Then how? So slowly, surely and definitely there will be slowly, hopefully take many generations to get rid. Now let's do it this one. Timus, will you kind enough to read this?
Does not prove.
Yes, please, sir.
Source D does not prove that not enough is done to help Singaporeans living in poverty. Source D claims that comprehensive help is in place for those in need. This can be supported by Nahaida receives weekly groceries from charities, as well as about $600 a month in government aid and money from her boyfriend. This shows that enough is done to help Singaporeans living in poverty, as individuals who are facing financial difficulties are receiving help from not just the government, but also the community.
So what is the purpose of this BBC news? Want to bring out? Seriously, what is the purpose of doing that? You know, this Western news always like to do things without going through their brain, in my opinion. But true lah, sometimes they deal with things that are very true and sincere. Yes, no censorship. But why? Why? Hey, by the way, I told you all right, these children who is really got illnesses, cannot go to school, the government will give free sponsorship to make sure they have, write down 10 years compulsory education. Seriously, if the children do not go to school, the parents may go to jail and get fined or whatever. Unless for some, I told you before, I do a groundwork. Father was in jail, mother ran away. The son cannot go to school. Grandparents don't know what to do. That's why the MCCY, all these volunteers will come in to help to make sure the kids have a proper way of living. And so, now let me share with you this true story from my side. When I was in your 8th secondary school, before the government put it compulsory, all the children, students who cannot study well, got problem, got gangsterism, fighting in school, all these things will be thrown out of the class, of the school. So when you throw out, means you are leaving this so-called, they call this a bad eggs on the street. Of course, it will create more problems. Right? When they create more problems, this is a society problem already. Right? Because of school don't allow me to study, so I joined the wrong group of people. And true enough, ladies and gentlemen, after many years already, they have to go to national service, right? Correct? Then you join in the national. So in the army, you have many groups. The ones who are very scholar, who are ones are A-level, and for me, I'm under the nerds and the so-called pervert type of soldiers. Okay, that means I know the up and down. I tell you, those who really study halfway, they call the Hokkien Peng. Who cannot study go into the army. I tell you, big hoo-ha. Then when the officer says, so already say, okay, you must do this, you must crop the rifle, you must trigger the rifle, pull the bullet. Sir, you speak very fast. I don't know English. I know English one. I Hokkien. See? So this is also in our society. So the government decided, hey, no, that's not the way to throw all these so-called parasites, as you name, or bad eggs out on the street. Therefore, they need the basic education. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to write anything on this, education is the invisible tool for future success. And you see, recently got one TikTok guy, I think the main Simon Boy. His whole body, I don't know if you watch TikTok, Simon Boy. He's a tattoo guy. You know, right, Simon Boy? Whole body tattoo one, and then speak Hokkien. Hey, he speak very well English. You know, actually, I tell you, this thing very good one. You know, we can do this. You know, he said, look at my face. Then he speak like that, right? Gavin, you know, what can do one? He said, right, correct, right? Then you speak. The whole body, he was a drug addict, not found. He went to the drug addict. I tell you, do not take drugs. You know, the drug, you got to kick it. In fact, hey, he can speak very well English now. My generation, I got friends like that. You ask them to speak like that, they'll point middle finger at you. Seriously. They say, hey, please don't stand in front. Don't talk English to me like that. You want to talk to me Hokkien or no, things like that, or Chinese, Mandarin. Seriously. And I do have Indians and Malays one who really dropped out of school last time. I was with a mud rock. Now for a break dancer. Okay, all my Malay friends, all smoker. I'm one of them. If you cannot beat them, you join them. I'm telling you the truth. So you tell me I went through all this shit in my life when I was in secondary school. I played truant, I did not go to school, I'm a senior prefect, things like that. But thank God, I go back to that's what they call turn over the new leaf. So I want to mention this paragraph here. It's not big, it's quite ridiculous. Seriously. Let's go. Timus?
Proof. Right.
Yes, Timus. Source D.
Source D proves that not enough is done to help Singaporeans living in poverty. Source D claims that individuals cannot cope with the cost of living in Singapore. This can be supported by the source that no one can afford to get sick in this house because our finances are too tight. This shows that individuals cannot cope with the cost of living in Singapore as they cannot afford basic needs like healthcare.
So you say, if this mother, 29 years old with 6 children living in this one room flat, hey, hello, brother and sister, how did she pay all the rental? The $600 is for makan, sabra, eating and everything. Then who is paying the electrical bill, the water bill, the rental bill, correct or not? And all these things. So you see, be rational. When you put something like that, don't just typical. The Malay must be like that. The Chinese must be like that. Indian might don't. Please. You are educated people. Weigh the cons and pros. Yes, the older generation, my mother generation, my grandparent generation will say, Indians like that, Chinese is like that. Even Chinese, they also great. These Chinese Hokkien people like that, the Teochew people like that, the Cantonese people like that, the Hakka people like that. Huh? What's wrong? So sometimes my relative, they are Hokkien. They also say Hokkien people like that. Hey, why are you doing that? What's your problem? Seriously. Now you understand. Yes, their generations have went through a lot of shit, went through a lot of ups and downs. Seriously. That's why when you Sec 1, Sec 2, you study Maria Hottot, racial discrimination, racial riot, all these things, they have a deep scar in their heart and brain. They cannot eradicate overnight. Because they went through their property was being ransacked, destroyed, their friend was being killed, attacked. No, you go and tell those older generations, hey, what do you see now? They sure point finger at you. Especially when their whole family are slaughtered by the Japanese. So we have to understand. We don't just put things. Social study is not just look through, go deeper. But unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, you cannot have the time and effort to do this. You just shut up and write what is supposed to be written, okay? But that's why I need to explain to you, this is the details. My dear Timus, next one. So because of that, Timus, so you're just basing on the source D. When you say, are you surprised? Are you not surprised and proof? You have to only base on source D. Then later on, you have to cross-referencing. Right, Timus, I'm sorry, Nafa and some of you will attend my history class, you will know, right? You need to cross-referencing to write down V and V, write down the V and V, to verify and validate the information. To verify and validate the informations. This 2V and V model is a very, very important model if you guys want to study electronics, engineering, architectures, science, math. Oh, by the way, today I taught my son how to do math decimal point. And now you can see my head got a lot of decimal here. Tell you, after 2 booklets, when you go through P5 decimal, she explained to me, what 8 bags and 8 purse and what how much use this. I tell you, shit, man. I say, why you make life so difficult? After 2 times already, I go and knock off and sleep already. That's not my cup of tea. So what I want to share with you, he used cross-referencing and doing all these things. Ladies and gentlemen, cross-referencing is very important. Okay, you must have this. And then when you are cross-referencing, you make sure that it helps in your proof that what is right and wrong. So like say when you're using engineering or all these things, cross-referencing or this what do you call it, proof whether the theory is workable, you have to show example. Back to you, Timus.
Based on cross-referencing, Source D proves that not enough is done to help Singaporeans living in poverty. Source D claims that not enough is done to help Singaporeans okay, never mind. Living in poverty. Wait, why did you repeat?
Yeah, I agree. But never mind, let's read on.
This can be supported by the source that no one can afford to get sick in this house because our finances are too tight. This shows that not enough is done to help Singaporeans living in poverty as they cannot afford basic things like healthcare. This can be cross-referenced to Source C. Source C claims that not enough is done to help those who are living in poverty. This can be supported by the source that states that on a macro level, there is an urgent need to re-examine the role of the government and individual responsibility and adjust wages so that everyone can earn an income that meets their living needs. This shows that not enough is done to help those who are living in poverty as individuals are not paid enough and a governmental intervention is needed. Since Source C supports Source D is reliable. Hence, Source D proves that not enough is done to help Singaporeans living in poverty.
So just now I told you the V and V model, the verify and validate. I verified by showing the macro level. After done already, I validate that it's true. So in science, in your engineering course, this V and V model, I know because I was doing my degree in one of the stupid calculations V and V models. Okay, that's the topic I hate most. But I use it in other places, to be honest. So when you say V and V stand for you verify and validate, very simple example. Now, your son come to you, Daddy, I want $50. Your son is only 11 years old, okay? Okay, smart boy, smarter and handsome and stronger than the father, for sure. From Raffles, wow, 13 years old, set one, just passed a PSL set one, Raffles. So he's slang with you, Dad, I'd like to have $50. Okay, not slang. Daddy, I would like to have the $50 from you. No, you laughing. What the hell are you laughing at me? Now I'm very well. I want $50. Okay, so don't okay. So simple. I just joke. Daddy, I want $50. So then you ask, sure. For what purpose? Then he verified. This $50 is because actually, Daddy, I need $100, but don't worry. The other $50 I'm going to come out on my own. So it's verified. So why? Because recently one of my friends, the father got killed in a car accident, and the mom got chemotherapy, and unfortunately there's medical bills to pay and other things. In fact, Daddy, some of them decided to donate blood, but because we are underage and we can't do anything. But I heard some of my student parents are going to donate blood to the fathers who got not killed. Sorry, was hit, not. It's a car accident and need blood transfusion. So I was thinking maybe I can do something to help my students, my classmate. So verify, the whole thing, right? You verify. So you know your son won't tell lies. So how you validate that what he say? You call one of his classmate father. And it happened your friend, his son also be there. Before you can call your friend call you, hey, bro, Nafa, hey, I heard now one of the classmates, let's say his son also also in the same class with your son. Hey, I heard now the one of the students like this. Then by the way, I went down to the hospital and true enough, the father was hit in the car accident. So you validate already, correct? So your son never tell lies, true not? But now my question is whether after verify and validate, do you still want to give the $50 to him? Or do you want to go beyond? And someone, please, Nafa, imagine now you are the Tata group, that kind of so billionaire. Hey, what the hell is $50? Come on, bro. I slap you. True now. Right. If your house got 5 Rolls Royce, and if you have 5 Rolls Royce, you won't stay in Singapore already. Seriously. I mean, Singapore will not be that possible, to be honest. You might be some of the business in US or in India, right? Things like that. So how? Would you want to help? So this is a V&V models. So you see like source C, cross-reference. Get it? So every time when you see proof, not proof, surprise, not surprise, agree, not agree, please, I tolong you, I beg you, please, cross-reference. Cross-reference. So I'm using the example of your son, cross-reference. Timus, back to you, please.
Why always like reading?
Finish this, next one yours.
Okay.
You can,
Okay. Source D does not prove that not enough is done to help Singaporeans living in poverty. Source D hopes to convince the international community who are concerned about the issue of poverty that Singaporeans have not successfully managed the issue of poverty. By doing so, he hopes that the international community who are concerned about the issue of poverty will pressure the Singapore government to do more to help those who are living in poverty. Since the source is published in an article titled Singapore's Hidden Poverty Problem, it is very likely that you will present the situation in a bad light in order to convince the people of the severity of the situation. Hence, it is a biased source and not very reliable. Hence, it does not prove.
Yeah. Okay. So if you know that this is next round, Timus and all of you listening, and if during the exam you see similar things like that, this is the last one, you copy down, please. All right. You want to put them in the bad and negative light in order to convince people of the severity or to mock the governments for not doing enough. Hence, it is a biased and unfair source, and therefore it is not very reliable. Therefore, it does not prove. Okay, so take note of this. Last one, Timus. You can rest after that. You all copy down already. This one very important. Very important. This part here.
Source D proves that not enough is done to help Singaporeans living in poverty. Source D hopes to convince the international community who are concerned about the issue of poverty that isn't this the same thing? Oh, never
Yeah,
mind.
correct. Yeah, but it's enforced.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. By doing so, it hopes that the international community who are concerned about the issue of poverty will pressure the Singapore government to do more to help those who are living in poverty. Since the source is by BBC, a neutral party, it is very likely that it only hopes to shed a light on the issue and help bring about positive change by spreading awareness of the existence of the problem of poverty, even in developed countries like Singapore. Since there is no vested interest, it is likely to be objective. Hence, it is a reliable source that can prove that not enough is done to help Singaporeans living in poverty.
Finish, done already. Okay, no, I'm not saying you. Okay, I say this thing is bullshit. This thing is bullshit. Okay, to me it's bullshit. Sorry. We all know. We all know. Okay, so who knows? I can also say that, Gavin. I can say this guy maybe very anti-government. Maybe last time he came to Singapore, he cannot interview, he cannot kick this, so he going to write this. I can say that anything I want to say. Right, but it's true that he's a third party, he has no vested interest. You never know. I might say he has a hidden agenda for saying that. I might say that somebody might ask him to write this article. Yeah, even though I got no proof, I can defame him, I get sued for whatever reason. I can say anything I want. Correct or not? It's just like, this is words against my word or my words against your word, your word against my word or whoever against. So, yes, please write down the last part, is very important. You say to shed light on the issue and also want to positive the third party to no vested. Write down the word, there is no vested interest. Therefore, it is objective. Yes, I agree. Timus, Mian's, Nafal, and Kevin. I know there are some sources are really very straightforward. You can tell there's no vested interest. But of course, it depends on what kind of sources, what kind of issue are we talking about. Okay. Thank you, Timus. Since Timus said don't want to read, so he sent a message to me and asked Nafal to read. Are you surprised or not surprised, Nafal, that I say that Timus typed a message to send to me, say, okay, the next person I want Nafal to read.
I'm not surprised. The source is unreliable.
You're not surprised that Timus asked you to read?
Yeah. I am surprised. I am surprised.
Say properly. You say you're not surprised after that Timus can kill me. Okay, joke. I say I like to put in the real life situation. Let's talk about E. So, Timus, I asked you to read because you know that you did that questions. So it's to enhance, enforce, and to ensure that you understand those things there. Okay, thank you very much. Let's do about E. Okay, a statement by Chan Chun Sing, Minister for Social and Families Development, in response to a questions on whether government plans to introduce an official poverty line. And that was 2013, 10 years ago. 10 years ago, I think Nafal is still wearing diaper. No lah, only how old? 10 years old, right? 2013. Primary 4? No.
Should be.
How old? Which year were you born?
2007.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You're only 7 years old, brother. What should be?
Yeah,
7 years old, still kindergarten. Why are you a primary 1 only? Are you primary 1? Oh my goodness. You primary 1, my younger son only 1 year old. All of you primary 1. Okay, let's be serious. I'm reading this, please take note. Okay, I'm going to read this, take note. Different countries tailor their methods to identify and assist their needy according to their circumstances. This is where we start the V and B model. Let's go. Even amongst developed countries like New Zealand and Canada do not subscribe to official poverty line. Please take note, they are developed countries. Okay, they already checked on this. If they do that, on top of that, these two countries, ladies and gentlemen, they do have this every weekly, they give out some money, some welfare monies to these people, homeless people, unemployed people, or people like these ladies who 29 years old, things like that. in Singapore, they can give it, ladies and gentlemen, because they do have, their country are big enough. You know, New Zealand, the sheep, not the tutu, the blah blah black sheep, the blah blah black sheep, not the tutu, the tree. There's a joke. I lost my sheep. You know, the operator says, excuse me, which one? Is it the blah blah black sheep or the tutu, the sheep? So it's a tutu sheep. That one better. This one not nice. Just now the brown colors, the car, that one nicer. So you see what happened? New Zealand got about the ratio 10 sheep is to 1 human. Hello, seriously, this one nicer. That's this car. You and your girlfriend seat will be nice. Open, nice view. Goes East Coast Park and see the sky. Okay, now Canada. Canada also a very nice space, and also they got vast natural resources. So it's different story. In Singapore, we use broad definitions for the groups we seek to help. Have clear criteria to identify and assess those in needs and tailor schemes to assist them. Take note, New Zealand and Canada, they also got native people there. Especially the New Zealanders, they got the Maori people. All right, so they have to treat these Maori people as the local people there. But Singapore is different. We cannot give money more to the Chinese and less to the other race. That is totally unfair, to be honest. I cannot accept that. So let's go on. So you see, have the clear criteria to identify and assess those in need. Now you get it? V and V, write down the criteria to identify. Those in need, they never mentions about what race or religions, and tailor scheme to assist them. This them is very ambiguous. So this time he never put to assist the Chinese, a Malay or Indian Muslim or Indian Hindu or whatever. They just say them. May I move on? If we use a single property line to assess the family, we also reach a cliff effect. Cliff, that means at the cliff. But you know what is a cliff? If you study geography, you should know. So where those below the property lines receive all forms. So it's like dangling about. So even this country, they come, but why some country can do it? That's a different story. We don't even do with that. So while other generally needing citizens outside the property line are excluded. So how can we know this, like Nohida, that ladies? How do you know he need more money? Sorry, maybe when the government give her more money, she might misuse the money. Maybe give the money to the boyfriend. You also never know. Correct or not? Well, seriously. Okay, I'm telling you because I got one staff like that now. We fire her. Okay? It's not because she's Muslim. All right? Just now they haven't come here, I told the story to them, you see. It's similar to that lady just now, the best passage. So of course you are doing that. See, for Uncle Raymond, you see, you go and ask your parents about this story, they will tell you different scenario one. You don't tell the name, okay? Now, maybe Galvin and them. You just say, this lady married, got 6 children, boyfriend come. I tell you now, straight away, must be the Malay, right? When the Malay, right? Even when I tell my Malay friend, they'll say, is it a Malay single one? I say, Abang, how you know? I say, very common. A Malay guy will tell me that this one of my staff, I didn't say her name, I say this staff married 2 times, got kids, and still don't know how to do things, no rational. Straight away, is it a young Malay girl? I was shocked. From a Malay perspective. Then same thing, you see my neighbor, always loan shark. Chinese, right? Gambling, how you know, You see? My next door, every time the husband come, drunkard, hit the wife. The Indian man, right? Hey, how you know, Hey, bro. Sorry, hopefully this kind of stereotyping slowly, because every race got their own things. But we deal with it with, like, now you understand, you must have the V and V model. All right, so it's just like, can you tell me, Nafal, can you seriously tell me, since you are Indian Muslim, can you tell me, how should I say, you go 7-Eleven, okay? This person who sell 7-Eleven, I won't tell you the race. The moment an Indian come in, okay, since you are Indian, don't mind. Do you think, how do I know whether you're Indian or Indian Muslim or Indian Christian, correct? Or Indian Buddhist? True enough. You mean right now, Buddhist? I am Hindu. Then you wear this songkok, then you know is Muslim, or you keep a beard like me, keep a beard. So beard everyone can keep one. Indian a lot of beard one. Oh, so sorry. You Indian, you drink, I tell you, I cannot sell you alcohol, huh? I'm an Indian Christian. I'm an Indian Muslim, no. You see? Cannot. Now you understand like the poverty line. You cannot do that. I'm just giving you the example of selling alcohol to Indians. Same thing. You know Singapore can buy 4D, right? Buy 4D, you know 4D? Oh, you know what is 4D, Timus? Timus, you know what is 4D now? So everyone can go and test their life. I hate the word try. So any race can walk into it. By right, as a Christian, I got one time, I went in to buy 4Ds. Oh, then my friend saw me, Christian friend saw me, came out from the 4D shop. Hey, you Christian there? You're not supposed to gamble, no? You know what I say? Never mind. Jesus will bless me. You know the mind your language. Jesus will bless me. And if I hit the lottery, I will donate some to the church. Bye. He was like, hey, that's why. I Christian, I know I cannot gamble. It's my right, it's correct, not true, no? What you mean you're going to hang me upside down, going to execute me because I go and gamble, buy 4D? Did I go and steal money from Nafa and go and buy 4D? That is wrong, right? Seriously, you Christian, you cannot gamble, no? You tell me. Okay. So let's look at this. So you say our assessment process is vigorous, but also flexible to cater to the genuinely needy. Singaporeans who do not meet schemes criteria, but who still deserve help can receive assistance. Take a very good example. You know, this Singapore, can you write down? You know, for people like us Singaporeans, we got this NS voucher, National Service voucher. I think it's about $100. $100. Listen, for me, I got my $100. That means this $100, as long as got NS voucher, I can go to buy anything. Okay, just like CTC voucher, you know, right? How Timus, you know what is CTC voucher? You know now. I mean, you don't have, right? Your parents will have. Now, you know what is CTC voucher, huh? That means you can buy your roti prata. If there's a CTC sticker, you can scan and then deduct, correct? I tell you, joke. I got, true. The Chinese for CTC can buy 4D. I heard can buy 4D. This Indian friend go 7-Eleven, buy beer. Okay? The Malay go in, buy cigarette. You stop there. No, they must have criteria. All $100 must buy grocery one. Must buy bread and butter. Cannot buy cigarette and beer. Hello? Cannot. Now you understand what you mean by the poverty line. Very hard to judge, correct now? And by the way, that guy who buy beer, he's a singer. He buy what? He buy what? Menses pack. For who? he buy bra. For who? Come on, bro. You got a joke now? True. He buy adult diaper. For who? His house got no elderly, correct? You know what I mean? Now you understand the poverty line, ladies and gentlemen. So the needs must be really, really important. Why suddenly my thing gone? Okay, let's go back to this slide again. Okay. Where's my answer? Where's my answer? Wait, where's my answer? Give me a minute. Where is my answer? Oh, this is the other one. So the question asks you, study source E. Source E and F have different views about the needy for a poverty line in Singapore. Does that mean that one of them is wrong? Okay, let's talk about F now. Let's talk about F. What is F stand to? An article published on political blog known for its anti-government, so it's definitely negative. Minister for Social and Families Developments, Chan Chun-sing, ruled out having an official property line. Okay? Chan's answer reinforces a general view about this government. General view, keyword is general view, that means it's not in detail. They really do not. So who is the they? Who are you referring to the they? They really do not want to provide, so that they are referring to the government who do not want to provide social assistance. Is it true based on your contextual knowledge? Undoubtedly, they are afraid that once an official property line is drawn, the ineffectiveness of existing social supports becomes clearer, with at-risk numbers refusing to budge year after year. And without an official line, how can a country effectively tackle a problem in which we cannot define? Without a clear way to measure the effectiveness of the current measure put in place to tackle poverty, how can we even eradicate the problem? So tell me, this F itself, does it really help to have a poverty line, to make sure that there's a poverty line that everyone will know? Anyone who hit below a salary of $5,000 can ask for help. So Nafa, let's say now you're adult already. Demas, you're adult. Gavin, you're adult. Yemi also adult. Now say you're 30 years old plus, okay? And then happened that one of your classmates used to be the one don't want to study. You should have classmate like that, one schoolmate don't want to study. Then you know when he grow up older, you will become like really no good career path. Then you study very well, no university, earning also quite decent money. Then you drive your car, a normal car, say Camry or even Merc. Bloody hell, your friend drive Lamborghini. Set 4 only pass already. Set 4 like go ITE. Come up. But his salary is only $5,000 less. How you tell me? How the hell you get the money to buy a Lamborghini?
Loan.
Loan? That means 5,000, who will loan him? So he must be doing illegal business or legal business, true not? Let's be honest. All right. Maybe illegal 4D collectors, so good luck. If you do illegal in Singapore, you get caught. So let's put him that validate already, verified. He do a proper business, okay? Now, he might earn $5,000, but his wife is a lawyer. His parents-in-law got business for him. He say, no, son-in-law. You just put below 5,000. Then you can get grant from government to say that you're very poor. But he stay in Orchard Road, penthouse. Hello, fair not? Fair not? No, but the property line say anyone below 5,000 got help, ma. Don't you fed out? No? Then you saw the other of your classmate who really need help, but only also take the same money. Can you imagine, Nafa, you're a taxpayer, you're paying him to get a Lamborghini. Now you understand what I mean? People talk easy. They never know the situation in the country. Oh my God. Give me a minute. My officer is calling me for help. No, because I'm having my police training this Thursday and Friday. My officer just asked me to reply. Sorry, give me a minute. Okay, so they understand how Nafa and Timus. Right. A property line's got a lot of criteria to meet. So now you think, how come this my friend $5,000 can stay in landed property and yet it still can get government grant? Maybe there's a loophole. Maybe after finding out, not right, he can drive the black car behind, bloody house. How can he do that? Now you change car already. Okay, let's be serious. If we look at the E and F things, The E and the F things. What am I talking about? The E and the F things. Okay. So again, the question is, source E and F have different views about the needs for property lines in Singapore. Does that mean that one of them is wrong? Now, before we look at the answer, okay, Kelvin, which one do you think is wrong, E or F? Don't ask me to go back to see the source. Just a gut feel. E or F will be wrong. Don't ask me to go back to the source, please. I don't want to go out already. Just tell me.
F.
Huh?
F.
Why you F me? I asked you E or F, you F me for what? Well, you're very bad at you. Alamak.
Source F. Source F.
Say properly lah. Timus.
Source F.
Okay. Timus, E or F?
F.
Oh, you F me again. Why everyone to F me? Okay, Tim, Nafal. Don't F me again. Don't F me. You sure? You sure F? F
F.
F one time can already. Don't F lah. Alamak. Okay. Joke aside, I know exam period, I just want to make it a bit relaxed. Okay, don't stress out, seriously. The more you relax, the more you're happy, the more you're positive, your brain cell will die lesser. You already got brain cell injured already after these few days of exam, correct? So relax. Okay, now you understand now. Suddenly I think of your essay written about the school, the essay. Now you understand now. If a few months, few weeks ago, you don't practice this, I tell you, I think you cannot write that much. True not? Okay, I got math, okay, understand, true not, Nafa. Right? So through the practice of all the essay, straight away you can write more, right? If you have time, you write more, right? So over already, don't deal with it too much, You will pass your English. But other subject, I don't know how best prepare. For English, you can pass with it. Confirm one, confirm. Okay. Thank you, Mei. That's why on the 24th, Tuesday, yeah, long. That one is Emacs, right?
Oh, yeah.
Emacs, okay lah, no problem lah. Emacs, then I worried lah. A lot of people got worried Emacs. Emacs should be okay lah. Just practice a 10-year series. Let's go, Nafa. Read to the class, please.
Source E and F have differing views about the need for a poverty line. Source E claims that there's no need for a poverty line in Singapore. This can be supported by the source that states that our assessment process is rigorous but also flexible to cater the genuinely needy Singaporeans who do not meet a scheme criteria but still deserve help can receive assistance. This shows that there is no need for a poverty line in Singapore without an official poverty line. In contrast,
Right.
wait, no, I just keep a whole line.
Correct, what?
This
In
shows
contrast. Here, right? Yeah, now here, right? Correct.
Yeah. In contrast, Source F claims that there is a need for poverty line in Singapore. This can be supported by without an official line. How can a country effectively tackle a problem in which we cannot define?
So
It
you
shows
see,
that there is no need for poverty line in Singapore. Yeah.
carry on.
In Singapore, as it will the government to better deal with the issue.
A bit broken English here. Okay, definitely it's not my answer. But anyway, I just want to give you ideas. Timus, Timus, are you there? Oh, okay. So you see, guys, when you are really lack of time, if you write like that, you already got 4 to 5 marks already. So please don't leave blank. And remember, if you really got lack of time, you must give a code. If you don't code, you only got 4 marks. Not bad, out of 6 marks or so. 6 marks, right? Let's go. Based on Timus. Sorry, Nafa.
Based on an analysis of provenance and purpose, although the two sources are different, it does not mean that one is wrong. Source E is a statement by the Ministry for Social and Family Developments in response to the public's call for implement poverty line in Singapore. He hopes to convince Singaporeans that a poverty line is not needed in Singapore. By doing so, it hopes to convince Singaporeans not to pressure the government to adopt a poverty line and to trust what the government is doing to tackle the issue.
So this
In
is
contrast,
hold on. This part here, I find it the answer is not very good in my opinion. Very simple. First of all, he hopes to convince. You can say he hopes to persuade and convince, but I would say he hopes to change the mindset of people about the poverty line. Please write down. He hopes to change the mindset. Okay, he hopes to enlighten the people. Okay, please write down. I hope it enlightens the people that the Singapore government put there is doing their best, okay, to eradicate poverty, but not using, write down, but not using the poverty line. Now, it's very hard to eradicate, to get rid of poverty. No matter which country, they will sure have a lot of people poverty. It's very simple reason. Sometimes everyone have their own needs and wants to meet. And sometimes because of this person who do not know how to take care of himself, over spending their credit cards, or become a drunkard, or becomes a drug addict, or becomes turn to bad aid, or no, borrow money for gambling, all these things. So they ask for it. But because they are citizens, it becomes one of the social issue that we have to take care. So people will send for counseling, all these things. By the way, write down, can you write down meet the people sessions? So if anyone have this problem, that recently, not recent, few years ago, we are talking about the gambling in Singapore, MBS. So a lot of people went to meet the MP saying that my husband, my wife is gambler. Last time before MBS, this casino, my wife or my spouse will always go to the ship there, to gamble, or go to Genting Islands in Malaysia and gamble. But now casino bring to my doorstep, I'm very worried for my spouse to go in and gamble. Is there a way to stop them? Or please, can. Give me your IC. I ban them from it. Or some even have high entrance fee. They don't care. So these are the things, right? It's not just to convince. It's just to doing their best. Can you write down? To tell the people that government has a series of plan right now. The government has a series of plan, a series of policy, a series of many methodologies to help to people who are in poverty. One of them is meet the people session. Hey, true, no? Meet the people session. Timus, you know what is meet the people session? No? What is that? Can you maybe enlighten us? See whether you're on the. I want to validate what you say.
It's like, I think like every week or every month, I forgot already. It's like you can meet up with your MP. Yeah, then you talk with them about stuff, I guess. Ask them questions.
Okay, what? See, Lim Kopi,
I don't know.
No. I say, let's say you're MP. Mr. Tay, recently I got one summon. Ayo, I'm a Grab driver. Grab food, please lah. This summon like that, no, I cannot drive already because I beat the red light. Can you please write a letter to LTA lah? My English not the very good one. Can you help me? So my son is doing these type of things to help MP write letter. He say, and recently I'm very unemployed no money Mr. Tay. My house no light no light. I have to use candle, very romantic, but cannot my children exam I need light. But then don't forget I need aircon also. Not aircon. I also want to watch my next feed lah. Cannot, my drama also gone. Hey bro, don't laugh enough. Singaporean, they're freaking pampered at times. Don't laugh. You have been in Singapore for you know. Okay, I am a Singaporean. I'm telling you. I also quite pampered at times. Okay, but I know I came from what kind of family background. Nothing wrong. Certain thing when I ask for reasonably good things. I don't ask for a Lamborghini, which I love to. But end up my MP gave me a toy car Lamborghini. Okay, so yes, you're right, Timus. It's every week. Some is on Monday or Tuesday, but sometimes the MP is not around. So we write down, the MP will ask for help. Okay, seriously. Okay, we do really help. Whether you're opposition parties or PAP, we will not try our best. We will do our best to see where we can help. So this one way of channel, meet the people, okay, session. I think Nafa in Ang Mo Kio is under Lee Hsien Loong, right? So Nafa and Timus and Galvin, I don't need to ask Mimi. Mimi is going to fly to London soon. So the three of you, if you want to stay in Singapore and you want to get good credit to your testimonial, please join this Meet the People session. Then you understand the all walks of life, their problems, their woes, their worries, their suffering. Seriously. Then when you write down, my elder son went and realized, and you can learn a lot of things. And the best thing is that when you want to go NUS or NTU or any university in Singapore with this testimonial, it really helps you because you have a heart of gold to serve the people. It's not your A1 for your maths or science. Now you get it? Or not your A1 for your English. It's the heart of gold. Trust me, very important. Thank you, Timus. Carry on, Nafa. In contrast,
Timus.
You, Nafa.
Okay.
Well, you ask Timus to read after he killed me. You already read already. Your turn. You want to arrow him back? Okay, in contrast.
In contrast, Source F is an article published on a political blog known for its anti-government stance. In response to the ministers, as
Carry on.
such, it's likely that the blog hopes to convince Singapore that a poverty line is not necessary and the
It's
government
necessary.
is necessary and the government is not implementing it as they do not want to take responsibility to help Singaporeans living in poverty. By doing so, it helps to sway Singaporeans' political support and convince them to pressure the government to implement an official poverty line in Singapore.
Write down this word. It hopes to sway Singaporean political support. Write down this word, sway. Okay, to move away from. This one I agree. That means this is the opposition party already. Next one, carry on.
Since both sources have very different agenda and perspective, it is not natural that both sources will have different views towards the issue. Hence, although the two sources have differing views about the need to have a poverty line in Singapore, it does not mean that one of them is wrong.
No, I will disagree. I will not agree with what he said. It's obviously the second one is being biased and want to want to contradict right now, want to contradict and want to bring the negative effect. So I don't agree. Carry on.
Since both sources have their own vested interests, both sources are unreliable, hence both of them are wrong.
Also can. Also can. This one I agree. This one I will agree. Okay, very tricky. But this one I will not agree. But of course, if you write like that, they cannot mark you wrong also. I'm saying realistic lah, okay, Nafa, okay? But in academic writing, it's starting wrong. You get me now? You can argue until you like what you like, okay? So yeah, that's my thoughts. Okay, last one. Using source in okay. So which one do you think? So agree is BED. Wait. Using sources in the case study explain how far you will agree with these statements. Like Singapore government has provided enough help for the poor. I don't need to look at the sources, Galvin's, Timus, and Fine. I don't need to look at the sources A to F. The governments will not have 100% support to get rid of poverty and help the poor. But at least they did not try. They are doing their utmost best to help every single family who are in needs for help to get rid of poverty. It's the same thing when I told you enough, my generation, most of them who cannot study were kicked out of school. But now, different. So sometimes I think, hey, how come my this friend or not this friend sick, my this classmate, my schoolmate, I don't like. He should have kicked out of the school. Why? He still stay in school, even if fail for 1 year, 2 years. Because this is the rules and regulations that they hopefully that they can change to let them turn over a new leaf or from a bad egg to a good egg, or for their perspective to change them so that at least education can help them to get something. And I'm seriously to tell you, not everyone's love to study. Not everyone's would love to compete to university. Some are born not to study. Some are born to do other things much better than study. Yes, it's your choice. So, but the government say no matter what, the basic 10 years compulsory education is a must for every Singaporean citizen, which is good. We all know that educations have bring Singapore to one of the best airport, seaport, and one of the safest country in the world. It's through educating people to understand it. So if you ask me this, I don't need to look at all the sources. Some sources is straightforward. This is my personal view, my experience as a teacher, as a Singaporean citizens, and also as a grassroots leader. I'm just sharing, okay? But for academic, just do it, okay? Kevin, are you ready?
Okay. I agree that Singapore government has provided enough help for the poor as it can be supported by source B and E. Stand. Source B claims that effective measures have been put in place to help those in need. This can be supported by the source that states that these measures will be able to provide the people the support they need to break out this cycle of poverty. This shows that effective measures have been put in place to help those in need, as the policies implemented will be able to help individuals. Hence, I agree.
Children, leaders, can you please kindly write this down? To break out of this cycle of poverty. Please write down this. So you can use this. Timus, are you there? So write down this one to break, where am I? To break out this cycle of poverty. This is, I find it's a very good word to use, to break out the cycle of poverty. Now, because of education, he broke me out of my years of poverty. My grandparents come from, supposed to be a rich family. Okay, my grandmother owned the Singapore bus service in the 50s. But after that, married, then my grandfather actually got a bicycle shop. But because of, thanks to the stupid Japanese people who confiscate all the bicycles, no wonder now it's called Shimano. No wonder your bicycle is from Japan. Bloody hell. You support Japanese band, not China band. Okay, just kidding, guys. I like Japanese product too. So, poverty to me is very close at heart until today. When I see some of my students or even people who are under poverty. And now while we are talking, ladies and gentlemen, on Channel 5, there is a President Charity who really help people who are under poverty. So I see right now, you can write this. The President Charity shows is also to collect monies to help these people who are in need. So can you write down, there are many, many channels, many resources, many organizations in Singapore to help to break out this cycle of poverty. You see, children, now far your families are from India and you went to India before, I believe. No joke, let's be serious. Now far, you have been to India before, right? Okay, to be honest, you have seen Singaporeans also in poverty and India also poverty. Which one is the most serious? Be honest.
India.
India, right? Why? That means
Yeah.
are you saying that in India on the street there are a lot of beggars and their houses are very bad, run down? Agree? Agree?
Yeah.
Agree, Okay, do they have iPhone or a 32-inch TV, got washing machine, got fan, got fresh water, got in India? We are talking about, then they stay in HDB flat like that. India got HDB flat. Have not?
Yeah,
HDB your head Uncle Raymond, where got HDB flat? No, right? Don't have, right? All stay in the slum.
Yeah.
All the slum area,
Yeah.
True enough. And then those people who stay in HDB or building are all pretty well-to-do, right? Correct. So you can see one side all like slum area, one HDB. Singapore Elite, don't have, right? Do you see that? Do you see your building, Ang Mo Kio got one, then they got slum? Got people. Don't have, right? You can see people picking up food on the street in Ang Mo Kio Avenue 10. They ask you, food, please. No, don't have, right? So you see, if you say Singaporean people are poor, poverty line, and you see this lady, Nafa, you stay in the house, got fan, got electric, turn tap water, got house, got shelter, They don't need tsunami, they don't need natural disaster, correct, Singapore? How can you say they are very poor? When you say poor means like people in India, they are really poor, correct or not? Now, there are people who don't pay for 1 year. Their underwear have been wearing inside out, out, inside in. Or maybe got no underwear to wear. True or not? Don't laugh. True. You don't laugh. When you go army, your underwear 1 week don't need to change one. There are cases like that. I'm not kidding you. You have to powder bath you. You mean you fight in the jungle halfway, you tell the enemy, hey, stop, enemy, don't fight. I go and bathe first. You bathe, I bathe. Then we continue fight. Yeah, funny. I eat my supper first, then you eat your supper, then we fight. Okay, carry steady, put pee, you siao. No, So, Timus, Gavin, now for how can you say Singaporean poverty are as equally bad like India? This is a cross-referencing to NAFA. Right, NAFA, you're not lying, okay? Right. If you have a choice next time when you grow older and you are rich enough, and I think you will, please help back to your fellow countrymen back in India. Don't forget your roots, brother. Okay, even though you're in Singapore, you don't forget your roots.
Yeah.
Seriously. Okay? Because your forefather and my forefather have brought us here today what we are under the British colonizations. So don't let your next generation to suffer the same shit like our forefather. Okay, this is very sensitive. I'm telling you it's true. Okay, so same thing. How can you say how bad Singapore poverty is? Seriously, did these BBC guys go to India and feel it? Did they go to Africa and feel it? Did they go to Brazil and feel it? Or they have to go to the London and feel it? And was studying in London. I see they are London, no. The street of London, they got really beggars and drunkard people. Carry on, please. Saucy. Brother, Saucy. Nafal?
Thought Kelvin was reading.
Oh, Galvin, sorry. Thanks.
Yeah. Source E claims that
I pretend don't want to read. I want to keep quiet, bloody hell, Gavin.
Source E claims that necessary help is given to Singaporeans who need it. This can be supported by our assessment process is rigorous, but also flexible to cater to the genuinely needy. Singaporeans do not meet scheme criteria, but who still deserve help can receive assistance. This shows that necessary help is given to Singaporeans who need it as a system is put in place to ensure that individuals receive help.
So, Dafa, I remember I told you your friend, that guy got $5,000 drive a Lamborghini and stay in Orchard. The moment they punch in the IC and then you realize that all this income is one thing for sure, Nafa. The bank can tell. Everything. Okay, in Singapore, once you key in your IC, anything can show. True not? Right. Unless the person is a big guy. So as long as this type of things, sorry, these are all taxpayer money. Your father worked like shit, worked so hard to pay these taxes. That's why I don't respect your father enough. I fully 1,000 respect him. Because all his taxpayer money not just contribute to the success of Singapore economy, he also helped to the Medi Fund for helping those poor people in Singapore, for helping the dementia, the needy, the spastics, the autistics, the cancer society, every single drop of dollars, your parents, Timus, Kelvin, Mehmet, and Nafa, and any one of your parents here, we make use of the taxpayer money to do the right cause of to the people. So for goodness sake, that's why I say, when I read all these things, it's nothing, man, brother. Now you understand, Nafa. I just want to paint the real picture for you. But of course, when you write your answer, please based on academics writing. Okay, I'm not against anybody. I'm just telling the true fact based on my experience. So Nafa, now you see, you never think of it. I'm using your India example as Singapore. Right? Who is more jialat, more tough? Obviously, the Indian people, right? True no? Right? And some more, sorry, we don't talk about religions. All are Indians, one race. True no? You should help one another. Unless you say Indian got Chinese, got Malay, got other race, then you racist. I got nothing to say. No, seriously, correct no? Right? Then you're all same race. Isn't you supposed to help one another? Why you want to see your fellow people to be so stupid shit. I don't understand. I mean, seriously, I don't understand. Now, someone you can tell me, not you, you can tell me, oh, India is a very religious country. We love one another. You want which finger I point at you? True. It doesn't make sense. True. Then you can think of it. Now when you get older, you can think of it. Hey,
Right. You just blame the top richest people. You don't blame the middle class.
no, the middle class pay a part because you vote for the top class. You see?
Yeah.
Let's be honest. But the poorer class got no chance to speak out of their own. That's why I so respect Mr. Gandhi. Seriously, for all people, to all people, with all walks of life, as one common people. Back to you, Gavin.
I disagree that Singapore government has provided enough help for the poor, as it can be supported by sources A, C, and F. Source A claims that no help has been given to Singaporeans who are in need. This can be supported by the source that shows a man stepping on low wage in the water with his nose barely out of the water, which is labeled poverty line, and asking if anyone is going to help him. This shows that no help has been given to Singaporeans who are in need, and Singaporeans are suffering due to low wage and are struggling to survive, but no one is there to help. Hence, I disagree.
I just happen to share with you all these things. There are still a lot of people in Singapore who are in poverty. And the thing is that, I tell you what, Nafa, you know this Guoren, that time you see him, right? Guoren? The one very nerd guy. No,
Wait, is
not
it in the English class?
no. 不是那个是浩璇 not Guoren. My the other Nafa was in Nafa Guoren, the any guy, Nafa, the handwriting very neat one. You should know. You know,
国人 what? Correct what? The girl?
不是那个是国人，这个是国人，男的是男的
Scott.
is a guy， 不是国人，国人 is that this 国人 you know is a girl, but the 国人 that Nafa know is a NA guy. Remember?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, thanks. Sorry to clarify. Nafa, you know, his mother, surprisingly, at night, he and his group, sorry, not going for hanky panky, is at night, he and a group of people cycle to go to those very quiet place and give bread and butter and blanket to those homeless people. No, seriously, I didn't know Singapore still got a group of people like that. No, and really, it was in the Facebook and they showed me. He said, Raymond, if you have those clothes that you want to throw away, please donate to me. Then I really realized that. And these people, they don't know. After that, they talk to them. They say, hey, the government can help you. Some even, you know what they say now? No need. No, he got principle. These people say, no. I don't need government help. I know that I'm a Singaporean. I want to help myself. And true enough, in CNA, there's one time they show all the homeless people. So in order the government not to let these homeless people to sleep on the street, they provide a home for them to sleep inside for the homeless. There is, and they will at this point of time. But until they found a house, some of them, because they sold their house because their children kind of bluffed the mother to sell the house, and now the mother sold the house already, no place to stay, homeless. There are a lot of cases like that. Yeah. So they go into this building fully for homeless people. Until they have enough cash, they are able to buy their own house. Wow. Okay, that's remind me of that. Thank you, Gavin.
Source C claims that the government needs to do more to help those in poverty. This can be supported by the source that states that on a macro level, there is an urgent need to re-examine the role of the government and individual responsibility and adjust wages so that everyone can earn an income that meets their living needs. This shows that government needs to do more to help those in poverty, as individuals are not paid enough and the governmental intervention is needed. Hence, I disagree.
So for this one, let me share with you, this macro level is a very big skill. If you're going for A level to study economics, macro level, you're talking about unemployment, poverty, education. Micro will be more small skills. So what we are going to deal with is that You see, thanks to all your parents who come here to invest, to involve, to innovate their ideas here, to make this country better and pay taxes, all these things contribute to the help. Because Singapore have no natural resources. The only way is to build them in like the banking hub, the education hub, the scientist hub, whatever hub that you can think of, a cybersecurity hub, so that we provide services to the world to make it a more safe and secure place. But then again, there are still people left behind, especially the elderlies now who do not know how to use technology. So they are way backdated. So as a result, you guys, when you go to JC and Poly, when you're doing your volunteer work, that's where you come in to help in the micro skills, not micro skills, to help these old folks to understand the use of technology. But then, of course, some older elderlies will not accept it. Some will accept it. But what got to do with poverty? Now, you see, some elderlies are very educated. Okay, once you know how to use the technology, they can be re-employed right now. Some 60 years old, welcome to McDonald's, eat in or take away. So they know how to use the function. There are some, in fact, the older generation, some of them are very highly educated, but they are down to poverty because Naufal, Timus, Gavin, their old way of jobs are being eradicated, no more. So they used to use typewriter. Suddenly the typewriter are gone. They're using computer. They don't even know what is an enter button or where the F1, F2, F3 key. You tell them F1, you tell me, the F1 Ferrari. Then you tell them what is a printer. Because they don't know how to operate. They don't even know what is a Wi-Fi, what is a WAN, what is a LAN, what is a router. Seriously. And because of that, then when they send email, they send print out, they write like they are writing, so it's too late already. By the time you send the letter post out, people send email, the person get the job already. So this is where the volunteer comes in to help them to write down, as I think you wrote many times, to learn, relearn, and unlearn again. Source F, let's go. Okay.
Source F claims that the government does not genuinely want to help those in need. This can be supported by the source that states that undoubtedly they are afraid that once an official poverty line is drawn, the ineffectiveness of existing social support becomes clearer, with at-risk numbers refusing to budge year after year. This shows that the government does not genuinely want to help those in need, as they do not want to acknowledge the lack of support given to the people and are not keen to help. Hence, I disagree.
So I'm sorry, Gavin. I find it source S is a bullshit thing, but because of for academic purpose, for writing purpose, for passing your exam, yeah, okay, you have to write like that. But in real life, I don't agree with this source F. Sorry, that's I just want to share with you. Okay. So based on conclusion, example for contextual knowledge, you see? There's the extra marks. Okay, this one's as time is constrained. This one next week is very important. Okay, I want to talk about this. But just I want to cover a bit of cyber security. Just to recall this cyber security things. In case it come out. So under chapter 11, shucks. Okay, we use this. You can use the word alert, guys, copy down. So under cyber securities, I think last year came out already, but just in case, a quick one. You can use this word alert here. Can you type, Dimas, you can use your handphone, your print screen, whatever. Let me explain this chapter. How do we respond to tension arising from some security impacts of globalizations? Global security, why is it important? So imagine you're using alert, Dimas, Naufal, and Gavin and Mimi. Let's say you got a handphone. How do you know your phone are being hacked? Okay, just use as a real life example, just as global terrorisms and attack. Say some. So this is a quick one. One of my relative was killed, distant relative was killed here. Okay, so this is just to share with you. This is how the impact of cybercrime. Okay, just a quick one. We use the word alert, cyber security. It came out last year, if I'm not mistaken, and how to the impact of prevent transnational terrorisms. Okay, and where is it? And these are all the organizations in the Ministry of Home Affairs, which is the police. These are all the organizations who help to prevent, see, preventive measure plus protective measure equal to responsive measure. Write down these preventive measure. Preventive measure plus protective measure equal to responsive measure. Preventive, that means you prevent a terrorist attack. You remember the hide, show and tell, the what you call the SG secure, right? You know, right? You must run, hide and tell. Preventive. Protective means that means your national service. Remember the internal and external defense. And once you have this, you have the responsive measure. Responsive is the SCDF response to threat and things like how to fight against. So these are the strategies. Okay, just a quick one. Huh? Then this is the cyber attacks. Okay, take note of this. Terrorist attack, illicit trade, with failures of gain. This can be found in your textbook. I just want to go quickly to share. Then this is a humans. All these are what you're seeing: risk, government, human factors. Okay, take note. Global security, and of course, we are talking about what are the how can you help to prevent cyber attacks and how to get secure. These are the 5 things here: military defense, civil defense, economic defense, social defense, and psychological defense. Okay, this is a picture here to show you about racial harmony. It's also got to do with the word alert, and then how we respond to this cyber attack for food. Sometimes they can poison the fishes or even the food supply, you know, things like that. Okay, then this is sustainability for people. Other country might want to stop. Remember that 3 years ago, Malaysia want to ban from exporting aids to Singapore, and then also want to stop certain things. Then end up we must have this self-sustainability. Okay, write down these 3. Preventive, protective, and responsive. It's called the pre-progress. That's my term. So in case you want to write something like that, take note of these 3. PPR. So what does this PPR refer to? Let me go through this. First, if you have a handphone, you must aware what is happening to your handphone, right? True now, Timus, right? Like scamware, some people ask you to do, especially your O-level over already. If somebody say, hey, do this survey, you got $5, come and do this part-time. But before you have this part-time, you must pay $10. Then after say, hey, transaction fee, can you submit again? Or maybe you can submit just to get sure that there's only limited vacancy, so you submit. Don't for any reason, please don't go and do these stupid things. Anything's not sure, please come approach Uncle Raymond's. So you must be aware of what you're surrounding, what they are going to give you in your handphone. I'm talking about your handphone now. Then learn to identify the level of threats. How do I know that this handphone, the web apps, or the information given to you is a hoax, is a scam, or is a malware, or it's a virus? Okay. So this is where you ensure safety for your handphone. How? Do not download any games or software that you never seen. You go to Apple Store or Android's Play Store, make sure there's these verified things. Not sure, very simple. Go to Google to the police force there, or type a message, send an email. Not sure, go down to check with your adults. The adult not sure, then you see, go and check with those people like that. Go to the neighborhood police station if you think your phone is being hacked or whatever reason. Don't anyhow download any software, say that it's an antivirus software. End up you might take out your whole entire system. So once you really touch the person's phone is being like that attacked, then you have to respond immediately already. You have to quickly go and call your bank, call whatever, you know, the SingPass, go to the SingPass website, say, I think my phone has been accidentally scammed or things like that. That's where you see, you must respond quickly and tell the person so that they can deactivate your account. I got one time my bank account, they got this, they used my bank account, very small amount, $1.95, $1.1, something like that. I happen to check that these 3 accounts, somebody hacks to my this debit card. Straight away I call DBS. The joke is that the DBS guy, his bank account also got hacked. So now you see the last one is to tell you. You see, I tell you what to do. So it's called alerts. So how can these alerts, this cannot be found anywhere, It's only in my class, because I came out through my experience. So you must be, first of all, let's talk about Timus, you walking in the MRT. Suddenly you saw some suspicious guy. Remember, Nafa? I did an example like putting a bomb, right, under an unattended bag below a sitting carriage in the MRT, in the train. So when you're aware of it, you see your surrounding not right, then you have to learn to identify what happened. Is it because of his gesture, his facial, or he's looking around suspicious? Then you have to ensure the safety of the life of people. What must you do? You respond to the counter. Uncle, auntie, I think I feel there's this guy very suspicious in the MRT. Okay, he has been sitting there, not the one to take a train. Of course, the auntie will say, how you know? Can you check your CCTV? True enough, he has been sitting there when the train passed by, you also don't go inside. Then the guy will ask you, hey, hello, Miss Boya, how come you also don't go in? Oh, actually, I'm waiting for my girlfriend, I'm waiting for my auntie, my mother, or whoever to, then we'll take the train to another place. So you see, now you understand, Nafa? Timus, you understand? So it's called alert. So you can use this. Okay, this is a very simple thing. If it happened that this social study exam come up about cyber security, just use this to talk. Okay? Nafa, are you there? Nafa, okay? Understand, Timus? Have you copied down, Kevin? Okay, ensure these are the three in Singapore. Singapore Armed Forces, Singapore Civil Defense Force, and Singapore Police Force. This is the last chapter, which I don't think it will come out. I don't think, but I just, in case only. Okay, any questions? Next week will be the last lesson before your social study exam start. So hopefully, if you got any questions during after all your exam over already on this weekend, you got any question to ask me, please WhatsApp me in advance. Uncle Raymond, I'm still not sure about chapter 7. I'm not sure about chapter 9. I'm not sure about chapter 4. So I can prepare the information for all of you lah. Okay? Can or Timas? Can or not? Can. So please, of course, study your exam first. So by Friday is the time when do you all have any paper on Friday? If some of you got no paper on Friday, then you can prepare the following week exam paper. But of course, I got a lot of things. Okay, don't yawn. I know it's very sleepy. Okay, thank you very much.